polynomial implementation using CLL that we have covered in the last session. Today we will be starting with the next assignment, it is 11th assignment, which is for implementation of stack ADT using LinkedIn. So this is the first thing which we have to do. And that stack should be, for expression evaluation we need integer stack. There are two parts which we have to perform after implementation of stack. So write a program for for expression evaluation using stack. So here we will be evaluating postfix and prefix expressions, and write a program for expression conversion using stack. So here we are going to convert the infix to postfix and infix to prefix. Okay, so two conversions and two evaluations we have to do. And for evaluation part we need integer stack. For conversion part we need character stack. Okay, so we need two stack classes, or you can use template. Okay, all of you must have learned template concept in OP. So using template you can implement stack ADT, okay, for generic data type, any data type, and then you can create the integer object of that stack for evaluation part, and character object of that class for conversion part. Yes. So we need two stacks here. So this is our assignment. Now to see the logic, we have discussed the algorithms, the evaluation as well as the conversion algorithms in the lectures. We'll see one example of the. So suppose we have to convert this given infix expression into postfix, and then evaluate postfix and evaluate prefix. Okay, so before going for the conversion, what we will do, we will first write the stack classes. We will check whether the stack class is working properly or not, and then we will write the evaluation of postfix. First we will do evaluation, and then we will go for conversion part. Okay, so first we will see the stack class. So all of you know the ADT for stack. We need to write each empty function, push, pop, and here we will not write each full function as this is linked list implementation. Okay. So the node for the stack, it is declared like single linked list node, okay, character node, struct node, character data, struct node pointer next. Okay, and its variable is struct node pointer top. Okay, like we have struct node pointer head, similarly here top. This is character stack which is required for conversion part. And similarly, we have here integer stack which is required, the object of which will be used for evaluation part. Okay, so we will see this integer stack. Okay, the operations are same in both, but only thing is here the data is in integer. So push will also have parameter which is integer element, and pop will return integer element. Okay, so that will be the difference between both the stack. Struct node, int data, struct node pointer next, and its variable is top, pointer top. Okay, and in the constructor, this I stack constructor, top will be initialized to null. Okay, and we have to write these functions push, pop, is empty, and this is for read top. Okay, we will just take the value of top element. But modification will not be done in that. uh, stack. So initially in the constructor we have top equal to null, then is empty function. If top is null, it will return 1, otherwise return 0. Then each top, this will return just the value of top data. Okay, you can directly say return top data. Then in push function, this function will be similar to insertion of a node from beginning. So struct node, pointer new node equal to struct no, new struct node. Like this, we are allocating the memory using new keyword. Instead of malloc, here in C++, we have to use new keyword for memory allocation. Memory allocation is done. The new node data is equal to element, and we are checking whether top is null. If top is null, this is the first node in the list, so that will be our top. Top equal to new node, and new node next is null. Otherwise, we have to attach this node to the first node. So new node next is equal to top, and top equal to new node. Okay? This is insertion in the beginning, that is before top. This is the push function. Okay, and here we are passing the element, which is copied in the new node data, the node which we are inserting its data part. Okay, this is push function, and in pop we are retrieving the data. So element is equal to top data. We are taking the data of top, then temp equal to node pointer temp is equal to top, and temp next is null. So temp is pointing to the first node, and element is storing the data of that first node. Okay, and then we will modify top equal to top next, and then delete. uh, 124 is top will be first modified, top equal to top next, then temp next null, temp next is equal to null, and then delete them and return element. This operation is done in the pop. So we are returning the value of the previous top data before we increment top to top next. So this is class stack, okay, for integer, and its object is required in the evaluation part. So we'll see our main function. In the main function, we are asking the user for conversion of infix to postfix, then conversion of infix to prefix, evaluation of postfix, evaluation of prefix. In the conversion, the first part is conversion, and that converted expression is used for evaluation. But what you can do is you can take the postfix expression directly from the user, and then you can evaluate it first. So you can work on these two options first: evaluate postfix and evaluate prefix. So you can work on these functions first: evaluate postfix and evaluate prefix. Okay, and for evaluation, we need this calculate function to which we will pass the two operands and one operator. Okay, and it will perform that operation. It will return the value of that operation. So if this operator is plus, then it will return the sum of two operands. If it is minus, it will return the subtraction, like that. So whatever operators you are considering, its calculation will be done, and it will return the value. So return type is int. This calculate function is required for evaluation part. You see this class. So a class expression is created in which we have infix, postfix, and prefix expression. Okay. So in in this expression, you can take infix is taken, that is converted into postfix and prefix, and that postfix and prefix is evaluated. So instead of that, you can also initialize, you can take the postfix value directly from the user and then try the evaluation part first. These are the different functions. These are the two convert functions, convert post, convert read, and expression. Where in this constructor we are taking infix value. Then this precedence function is required for conversion part. And display post, display pre for displaying postfix and prefix values. And there is evaluate postfix and evaluate prefix function. And for this we need this calculate function, which we have seen, where we pass two operands and an operator, and then the operation will be done between them. And evaluate postfix, evaluate prefix we will first see. Okay, before going to the code, we can discuss the example first. Any doubt in the stack class, writing stack class using linked list, stack implementation using linked list? Then the calculate function which we are going to use for the evaluation part. Any doubt in this? This is the postfix expression which we have to evaluate, and the algorithm for evaluation of postfix is the expression is followed from left to right. It is accessed from left to right, one by one character. See, this expression is nothing but a string. In this, we will visit one by one character. Okay, if that character, see, in postfix and prefix expression we have operands and operators only. There are no brackets, and the expression is already it is arranged according to precedence, considering the precedence of that operators. So now we will start accessing this expression from left to right, and there will be either operand or operator in that expression. So if it is operand, we will read the value of that operand from the user. What is the value of A? A is operand. Then what is the value of A? And that will be pushed into the stack. The value of that operand will be pushed into the stack, which is supposed. Then go to the next character, it is B. It is also operand. Read its value, it is supposed to, it will be pushed into the stack. Go ahead, next character is C, it is operand, its value will also be pushed into the stack. Okay. Then comes operator, multiplication, which is operator. If operator comes, you have to pop two values from the stack. First pop is OP2, which is 5. Second pop is OP1, which is 2. And the calculate function will be called for these two operands and the current operator, which is multiplication. Okay, so OP1 into OP2 will be done, and the answer of this operation is 10, which will be pushed into the stack again. So now we have in our stack P and 10, these two elements. Okay, because we have pop 5, we have pop 2, perform the operation on that, answer is 10, that answer will be pushed into the stack. So now the stack will contain P and 10 into it. Then go ahead, read the next token, which is B. Its value is 6. It will be pushed. Go ahead, next character is operand E. Its value will be pushed into the stack, which is P. Okay. Now, next is operator minus. So two values will be popped from the stack again. First popped is 3, it is called as OP2. Next popped is 6, it is OP1. And the operation will be performed on it. OP1 minus OP2, which is 3. 3 will be pushed into the stack. Okay, so now the stack will have these three elements, 3, 10 and 2. Again, go ahead. Next character is F. Its value is 1. It will be pushed on to the stack. Go ahead. Next value is divide. So operation will be performed twice. We are performing pop operation. First pop is OP2, which is 1. Next pop is OP1, which is 3. And the operation will be performed 3 divided by 1, which is 3. So 3 will be pushed into the stack. Go ahead. Next element into this expression is minus. So pop will be done twice. Okay. This is OP2, this is OP1. And 10 minus 3 will be performed, which is 7, which will be pushed into the stack. Go ahead. Next operator is minus. So pop will be performed twice. Okay. And the answer for this will be 3 minus 7, which is minus 4. It will be pushed into the stack. And now we reach to the end of the expression slash 0. So we have to pop from the stack, and that is nothing but the final answer of our expression, which is minus 4. Okay. Is the example clear? Example of evaluation is clear. We'll see the code of this. So there are two conditions now. We are accessing the postfix expression from left to right, that is from 0 index to until postfix of I is not slash 0 till that time. And the current character is called as element. Element is equal to postfix of I, and we are checking what type of element it is, whether this is operand or operator. So this condition is for operand, is all num element not equal to 0, and this is all num function is present in stdlib.h. Okay, so you can include that file stdlib.h in order to use this function. Is all num element is not equal to 0, that means it is operand. Then you have to take the value of that operand from the user. Okay, the value is taken and it will be pushed into the stack. The stack is integer stack object, I stack object eval. Okay, eval is the name of the object, stack object. So we are using that object, val dot I push val. Okay. So if operand is there, you are reading the value and pushing it into the stack. If operator is there, it is not operand, then it is operator. So in case of operator, we are popping value twice. Operand 2 is equal to pop, operand 1 is equal to pop. We are popping from that stack two values, and first popped is operand 2, second popped is operand 1, and we are passing that to calculate function. In calculate, we are passing operand 1, operand 2, and element. And the operation will be performed by that. The answer will be returned. It will be pushed into the stack again. Okay, so like this until we reach to the slash 0 for every character. If it is operand, that will be pushed into the stack. If it is operator, pop will be done twice and the operation will be performed. It will be pushed into the stack. And after this loop is over, that means we reach to the slash 0. Then we have to pop once, pop the final answer from the stack. Okay, and return that final answer. Okay. And in case of evaluation of prefix, we have seen that we have to access the expression from right to left. That's why from length minus 1 to I equal to 0, we are moving from right to left. Okay, in the reverse order, we are accessing that prefix expression and prefix. checking whether that character is operand or operator. If it is operand, we are taking the value and pushing into the stack. If it is operator, we are popping twice. First popped is operator 1, next popped is uh, it is operand 1. It should be operand 1. And next popped is operand 2. And then we are performing the operation operand 1 and operand 2. So we are performing the operation and pushing the value again. And finally, when we stop this for loop, that means we have visited every character, then we are popping once and it's been done. Clear? This is the algorithm for evaluation of expression, prefix expression. So before you start, you can take the expression here itself. You can take the prefix expression from the user here itself and then work on that. Okay, but that prefix should be correct, then only it will solve it properly. Is the evaluation part clear? Is the evaluation part clear? Shall we go for the conversion? Shall we start discussing the conversion algorithm? Any doubt up
No,
to this point? Yes. So for conversion, we need character stack because we will be holding the operators in that stack now. Okay, instead of operands, we will be holding the operator. So this is the expression which we have to convert. We have already discussed this example in the lecture, but again we will go through it. Now we have two more conditions along with operands operators. We have opening bracket, closing bracket also in the expression, and uh, we also have to consider the precedence because while forming postfix and prefix, we have already considered the precedence, so no need of concentrating on that at the time of evaluation. But while converting, we need to check the precedence of the operators also. So we will start accessing the expression. If it is operand like A, it will be copied into the output postfix expression. This is the required output postfix expression. Then if it is operator, then you have to compare the precedence of operator with the top of the stack, and you have to pop all the higher precedence operators from the stack until you access the lower precedence operator. Okay, so you have to pop all the higher precedence operators. Then when you come across opening bracket, you have to push that opening bracket into the stack, and when you come across closing bracket, you have to pop from stack until the opening bracket is popped. Okay, so these are the four different conditions which you have to consider while converting. So A, it will be copied into postfix. Minus, next token is minus. It is the operator, so it will be pushed into the stack. B, it is operand. It will be copied into postfix. Multiplication, its precedence is compared with precedence in the top stack. The top stack is minus. It is having lower precedence than multiplication, so multiplication will be pushed directly. Then C copied into the postfix minus its precedence will be compared with precedence of top. Now multiplication is having higher precedence. So it will be popped and copied into the postfix. Multiplication, it is popped and copied into the postfix. And then this minus will be pushed onto the stack. Then next is opening bracket, it will be pushed into stack. B, it will be copied into postfix. Minus, it will be copied into the, it will be pushed into the stack because its precedence is compared with uh, opening bracket precedence. But opening bracket, when there is opening bracket, we will not consider it. Opening bracket condition will be before operator condition. You have to write opening bracket condition before operator. So that opening bracket has, so directly it will be pushed. Okay. And when it is operator, then it will be compared with opening bracket's precedence, and opening bracket will have now the lower precedence value while coming out. So minus will be pushed. That's why we have seen those in stack and out stack precedences. Okay. In case of opening bracket, it will not be popped. So directly we are pushing minus. Then E, it will be copied here. Closing bracket, it will be, so if closing bracket comes, you have to pop until opening bracket is popped. Okay. So minus will be popped, it will be copied into the code. Then comes divide. Divide will go directly into the operator stack because my precedence of minus is, it is lower. Okay, minus is having lower precedence. Then F, it will be in postfix. Then last is slash 0. When slash 0 is there, at the end of the expression, then pop everything from the stack. So divide will be first copied, then minus, then minus. So like this, the conversion will take place. You see the function for that conversion. For conversion, we need character stack. Okay, in the character stack, we have this char data, and we are pushing the character element and popping also the character element. That is the difference. So in conversion, we need the precedence function, and precedence of divide operator will be 2. For other operators, precedence will be 1. Okay? This will have precedence 1. And for other operators like opening, closing bracket, it will have precedence 0. That's why they will not be popped. Okay? They will be there in the stack because their precedence will be lower than others. So in conversion, we are accessing the postfix, the infix expression from left to right in order to convert it into the current character is called as element, operand or not. So if it is operand, copy it directly into the postfix. Okay, the index for postfix string is 0 initially. We are copying infix of I, that is, you can say element here, the current token element will be copied directly into postfix the G++. If element is now the character stack object, then if closing bracket comes, then you have to pop from the stack until the opening bracket is accessed. So we are using top stack, we are checking which is the next character into the stack, next operator into the stack. If it is opening bracket, then uh, we will neglect it. Okay. In the top stack, it is opening bracket, bracket comes, pop every other character and copy into the postfix. Okay. This is for closing bracket. Then if it is not operand, it is not opening bracket, it is not closing bracket. That means it is operator. Then we are comparing the precedence of that operator. The precedence of element, that is that operator, is compared with precedence of top stack. And if in the stack we have higher precedence operators, all the higher precedence operators, they are popped from the stack and they are copied into okay, all the higher precedence operators stack and they are copied into 256. But if they are brackets, they are neglected. Brackets will be neglected from the stack. Okay. And then we are pushing the current element into the stack. Then we are pushing the current element. After copying all higher precedence operators using this while loop, okay, we are pushing the current element into the stack, current operator. While stack is not empty, we will pop remaining operators from the stack and they will be copied into the postfix. And finally append /0 for the postfix. Okay, so here we have considered the operand condition, opening bracket condition, closing bracket condition, and stack, the operator condition, okay, for every character, and we have performed accordingly. And then we have popped remaining characters, all remaining characters from stack. Then if we convert to prefix function, convert into prefix. Here we will access the prefix expression, or sorry, infix expression from right to left. Okay, so infix is accessed from right to left, length minus 1 to 0. Then we are checking whether it is closing bracket, then push into the stack. If it is opening bracket, then pop from the stack while uh, we are not popping the opening or the closing bracket. Until that time we are popping. Now we are accessing the expression from right to left. So if it is closing bracket, we are pushing. If opening bracket comes, we will pop until respective closing bracket is popped. Okay. And after popping, here we are now utilizing two stacks as we discussed yesterday. One stack will be holding the operators, another stack will be holding the uh, our temporary prefix expression. Okay, the characters from our temporary prefix expression, and after at the end we will pop everything from this prefix, because we are not getting the final prefix expression until we reverse the uh, actually form the temporary expression. Okay, so the temporary we are storing in pre-stack. Okay, another object of the stack. Here we are storing the expression, not in directly string. Okay, you can use another temporary string also where you can copy. Like here we are using postfix. Similarly, you can have prefix one as a string where you can store that intermediate output. And after reversing that prefix one, you can get the required prefix. Okay, and as we know that stack can be used for reverse operations, so we are making use of that of stack, and that's why we are creating another object for stack here for holding the okay. So this pre-stack is intermediate output. Okay, so closing bracket, it will be pushed into the operator stack. Opening bracket, if opening bracket is there, we will pop from the stack until the closing bracket is accessed, and after popping we are pushing it into the pre-stack. We are popping from OP stack and pushing into pre-stack. Okay, that particular character. And if it is opening bracket is popped, then it will be rejected. Okay, other than brackets, everything will be pushed into this pre-stack. Okay, closing bracket, closing bracket is popped, then it will be rejected. So we are rejecting the both the brackets will be rejected. All the other operators will be pushed into the stack from OP stack. And okay, so this is the second condition, opening brackets condition. Then there is condition for operand. If it is operand, then we will be pushing it directly into the pre-stack. Operand will be directly pushed into the pre-stack. Then if it is operator, the precedence will be compared. Precedence will be compared. And if we get higher precedence operator into OP stack, we will pop it. We will pop those higher precedence operators and we will push into the pre-stack. Okay. And then we will push the current operator into the stack. And then at the end we have to pop everything from the OP stack and copy into the pre-stack. Okay, after the for loop is over, we are popping everything from OP stack and popping into the pre-stack, and then we are displaying from pre-stack. We are copying everything from pre-stack and our prefix expression will be created from that. Okay, so this is the final thing that we are reversing the expression. From pre-stack we are retrieving everything and copying into our required prefix string. Okay. Is this algorithm clear for expression, conversion and evaluation? All the four algorithms. We will use this program. If you have any doubt you can ask. Enter the expression. So we enter the same expression which we have seen. A minus B into C minus B minus E in bracket divided by S. First is convert to postfix. This is the expression, converted expression into postfix. EB C into DE minus F divide minus minus. Then I think conversion in prefix is having some problem. We'll just check. Otherwise, I will modify. Only in the operator's condition, I have to check the precedence part. If having some problem, I will do the modification and then evaluate postfix. So we will try to put the same values which we have put for evaluation of postfix. The values are A, P, P is 2, P is 5, value of B is, I think it is 3, 2, 5, 6, B, value of F is 1. So we are getting minus. So evaluation is also working properly. I will not do prefix evaluation, also our prefix is not correct, so it will also not work. But the evaluation of prefix for the same expression, it also should give the same value. Because in fact, it is the postfix and the prefix of same expression, so it should give the same value. I will just check this condition. I think I'll just check, otherwise I will do it after this. Minus we need to see. Should not use the bracket. Closing bracket, open this to stopping wherever we have popped, we have to check whether it is opening closing brackets and it is shifting neglect this. We are putting the closing bracket into this tag in case of opening bracket until closing bracket comes. We are popping. So I'll do this algorithm afterwards. Are the algorithms clear? Any doubt on this? So this is the next assignment which you have to work on. Okay, and uh, do maximum programming in these 2 days. Whatever are the remaining assignments completed, also the write-ups. Okay, in the next week we have to see two more assignments, which is circular flow and priority queue.